Hi folks, welcome to my channel Westy Travels. My name's Colt and today's adventure we're on the West Highland Way, and the plan is to do a section hike from Inversnaid up to the top of Loch Lomond, and then hopefully if we can get camped there we'll stay the night at the end of the loch and we'll head back tomorrow. Not bad views, eh? First up, about quarter of a mile, excuse out of breath, quite rocky here. About quarter of a mile along from Inversnaid. It's quite a rocky up and down path. There used to be a sign here saying Rob Roy's Cave, but it seems to be taken away. But what you can look out for here, as you can see on the tree above me here, there seems to be reflective arrows on this tree and over on a tree just up there, pointing to this path. So we'll just go off path a little bit and explore, and I'll show you Rob Roy McGregor's cave, one of the many thousands of caves that Robert the Bruce, Rob Roy McGregor and various other outlaws apparently hid in all the time. Not quite sure where the cave is, anybody got any ideas? It's quite a scramble to get around here. You can see you're quite close to the water. You've got all these huge rocks, and I'd advise you, I can see why they've taken the sign away. It's quite a scramble and kind of wet rocks, real big boulders, and it's quite hard to find even with that big sign. You don't get it till you go around, and basically all you're getting here is, I don't know how much light there is in here. You're kind of coming down into a cave here. It kind of goes back in there and down to the front there. So it's not much worth it, not really worth it unless you're desperate to see it. I'd say it's kind of a clever idea not to kind of go to it. This is new since I last did the West Highland Way. 2 or 3 wee seats. A welcome wee seat. That's me just back on the trail from climbing round to the cave, and as I said, I would definitely recommend, if you're doing the West Highland Way, not to bother with it. It's definitely a leave your backpack at the edge of the trail, and you're climbing over huge boulders, and it's a nice dry day today, so I just took my time to get around to get some footage of it. But I can imagine a wet day, very slippy, and I dropped down to the water's edge, so I would definitely give it a pass. And that's why they've obviously taken the cave sign away from the trail. You know, a few people may be getting into trouble, but we'll push on anyway. It's been about 4 weeks since I was last out on a hike and kind of camp, so I've been going a bit stir crazy. It's been really wet this last month in Scotland, so I was really looking forward to the fact that it was a semi-dry day today, meant to be although that can always change very quickly. And as per usual, you're looking forward to getting away, and what happens is you wake up at 1 in the morning and can't get back to sleep again. So I've had zilch sleep, and it was so hard to get out on the trail this morning, just even to drive here, put my kit together. It's the last thing I wanted to do, but it's, you know, you just feel flat and empty. You just want to lie on the couch. But it's amazing when you get here and you see these big hills and you're walking through the trees with the loch to your side. Within 10 minutes, you know you've made the right decision, even though you're out of breath and you're tired. It just shows you it's always worth pushing it that little bit if you're feeling a little bit flat, a little bit tired, just to get out. That could change by the end of this walk though. We'll push on then. So you can see behind me now, this is one of the sections you come up a little bit higher and the loch opens up, and you can see a point up there towards the mountains up there in the distance. We're just going to follow this all the way along right to the end. There's some islands there blocking the view, but we're basically camp at the end of this, and this is Loch Lomond. Oh, right. Onwards. One of the first things I look out for on the trail when we're coming out of winter is any signs of spring coming up, and this is one of the first ones here. You can see here a little primrose flower. It makes good eating, and you can see all these broad leaves here. That'll be nice in another kind of month's time. That's ramsons, which is wild garlic, and if you can find a nice patch of it when just before they flower, it's a little white bulb and it tastes almost like garlic. It's lovely. The leaves are nice in a salad too. It's amazing where the trees can grow out of sometimes here, eh? You wonder how long that one's been there, growing out solid rock there, hanging over the water. Impressive stuff how they can grow out of rocks, and sometimes you plant things in your garden, the best of soil, and they just die straight away. Very quiet today. Got here nice and early, and it's just before the start of the season, the hiking season here, so because it's not the weekend, it's very quiet and very peaceful. I've not seen a soul so far today on the trail, and you've got cracking views like this. Beautiful Loch Lomond with the mountains in the distance. Stunning. Another good tip for anybody planning on walking the West Highland Way is water is everywhere, as you'd imagine in Scotland, but basically as soon as you hit the start of Loch Lomond onwards, you've got streams. You know, even in a dry summer there'll always be water available, so as long as you've got a water filter with you, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about water so much. And to tell you the truth, even if you didn't have a water filter, it's coming straight off the hills, so a lot of people just drink straight out it, but I sort of prefer just being safe and making sure my water's clean, so I always bring a water filter of some kind. So that's me arrived at the end of Billy Goat country, just near the top of the loch itself, and when I was just coming out I could see some people in a boat and some smoke from a fire, so I was a bit disappointed, thinking I've not got it to myself here. But they seem to have just taken off down the loch side and at the same time left a fire here going. Don't I just jump over here? So I don't know if they're just away out to play in their boat and they're coming back in 5-10 minutes time, or they've just been idiots. And I'm going for the idiot thing because, as you can see, I've just left a fire glowing there with a big lump of polished iron on it, and all this beech wood just drying out there right beside it and kind of left. So I'll probably just hang around for 5 minutes to see if they're coming back before I put my tent up. Or do you think I should maybe just put my tent up and if they come back it'll put them off being here, you know? They're not impressed with that, especially polished iron and stuff, you know? I'll maybe give it a wee while then get my tent up. Not a bad view down the loch, but all the mountains surrounding as well. It's always just such a pity when people trash a place, but isn't it? a good wee spot because I've got a stream just over here to filter water, and I'm kind of surrounded by hills in the backside there and coming up, so it's not too bad. I'll probably get arrested for the fire and get the blame for it. Anyway, I'll get my tent set up now. That's me all set up in the tent now at the top of Loch Lomond. Went for the Z-Packs triplex tent, lightweight, only 596 grams, so made it a bit easier in the carrying along the loch side. And I'm going for the Sea to Summit mat and my Enigma quilt as well, so I'm just going to settle down, get myself a nice cup of tea and warm up. There's a wee bit of wind coming off the loch, and then I'm going to have a wee nap because I just got no sleep last night and I'm absolutely shattered. But a nice view anyway, and the good thing is you can see the view from the tent there. It's only 1:30 in the afternoon, so the last few months I've been hiking everywhere and getting in when it's dark and you're freezing cold now, so it's a bonus that the clocks in the UK have went forward, so it's not getting dark till 7:30 at night, so that's a bonus. So wee cup of tea and then a nap I think's in order, and then chill out for the rest of the day. That's me all set up here, and I'm just filtering some water. I've got some water in the dirty bag from the MSR gravity filter, and it's coming down through the filter and into my Nalgene bottle. And what I discovered, which is quite cool, is before I was using a big MSR bag, but I've discovered here that the actual lid that comes with the MSR fits perfectly onto the Nalgene bottles, so quite a good wee system that. Quite pleased with that, I'm easily pleased. So nice, 6 o'clock at night, and it's not dark after the last couple of months. I can finally get to my campsite and actually enjoy some scenery for a change. Not too bad, this scenery. Just what the doctor ordered. What a wild night last night. Rain came in, just before midnight and the wind's with it. So I didn't have a great night's sleep, and it's still pouring down. I just checked the weather, it's going to be like that all morning. So I'm just going to get up and get the gear away and then head off into the rain. It'll be a good test. I've got my new Paramo jacket, the Velos, so I'm going to try that out and see what it's like in the heavy rain with it. Kind of 2-3 hour walk back. So we'll just get packed up and I'll say goodbye for now. Hope you enjoyed the video and it gave you a little taste of a section of the West Highland Way in this sort of beautiful Loch Lomond countryside. So if you enjoyed the video, if you can give us a wee like and a subscribe, it would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll catch you then. Toodaloo.